So when you talk about the business case, when you look at your data and the companies out there that have adopted your software, let's just maybe use kind of like small to mid-sized companies as our example here. Would you be able to identify maybe the most common use case for your software in those types of companies? Would it be, measuring downtime? Would it be measuring, production levels? What would that be?
Yeah. So if you look, actually, a lot of people, they've done some analysis in terms of like search terms, like what are people searching for the most, right?
Right.
And you would think it'd be something like AI, in terms of being the highest, but the reality is, especially in manufacturing, the number one thing that people are looking for is OE and downtime. It's been around for a long time, but that still is a very important area, because it's very tangible. It's very actionable, right?
Mhm.
Like if I don't really know how my equipment is performing and running, I'm not going to be able to really know what to do, right? So it's a perfect place to start. So I'd say downtime is still, one of the biggest things that people are trying to figure out and put in place. And there's never been one really easy button for that. Our software, we make it easy to collect and to look at that data, but in order to really drive that, you have to have the right sensors in place, right?
Right.
So sometimes you start with, is my machine running or not, right? Do I have that one signal? Is it running or not? But then from there, you have to identify what are the reasons for why it is down, right? Is it down because, there's a belt that broke? Is it down because there's a broken, item that's in there? What is that reason?
Or
And
a shift
so,
change, right?
yeah, so there's a lot. So being able to, I kind of identify those reasons and hone in to know, okay, well, here's my piece of equipment that has the most downtime, and within that, what are the downtimes that I'm actually focusing on? How can I adjust my maintenance schedule such that I can avoid these kind of downtimes? And so I still think this is the biggest area, because you can't really get to the full analytics and AI until it's like you have to crawl, walk, and run, right? And the first part of that is the crawling is bringing the data in, getting the right information from the plant floor. The walking is being able to do things like get downtime analysis of that and be able to get the data to the right people. And then, of course, later it's running to even get further optimizations where you're now taking account a lot more of the process and leveraging AI and ML to do that. So I do think downtime is still a huge topic.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very informative. That's definitely helpful. Yeah, because I mean, I think if we can help manufacturers kind of think along the lines of what problem should I be looking at to solve first, I think we can get them closer to adopting technology. So one other thing I was interested in talking about was, in the lean circles, a lot of times you hear about kind of like digital signage and having displays to show information throughout the shop floor. And I know that that's part of, kind of the data display, your software plays a role in that. What are some ways that companies are doing that, and maybe ways that are really impactful to their business? Hey, I'm Nate Wheeler. I am the host of Manufacturing Insiders podcast. Really want to thank you for joining today. I hope that you learned some really great insights from this manufacturing leader that you're about to hear from. I also hope that you'll go ahead and hit that like button on the video and subscribe to our channel so you can see more of the stuff that comes out as we're continuing to publish content. Every like, every subscribe really helps us get this message out. And the message that we're sharing is really just a message of hope for manufacturers. I understand, I work with you guys every day. I understand how many different obstacles are in your faces, from technology to government regulations to competition from foreign and domestic markets. And I really want to share strategies with you on how to deal with these issues. And I think there's no better way to learn than hearing directly from somebody that solves some of these challenges. Thanks for watching today, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, that's a good question. So let's go back to the OE downtime example, right? Because for a long time, I think there's also that culture, like downtime is a great thing to measure, and OE is a great thing to measure. But there's this kind of like, oh, well, if I get this put in place from an operator's perspective, that like they're watching, right? I'm going to get in trouble if my efficiency is low, or if I'm compared to other teams or other shifts or whatever. And so, it's really also about, okay, we're going to put these things in place, but it's really to help you as operators to understand how you're doing, right? And to help figure out how to better perform. It's not to get you in trouble, right? I think it's an important thing. It's what we're trying to accomplish. And so digital signage can really help. If you can imagine just having dashboards where you can see at a glance where things are at right now, especially especially compares to where you have been or where you can go. It can really help kind of motivate the people to the operators, right? And it kind of gamify it a little bit, right? Like, I don't want that. I want better numbers. I'm going to go and figure things out. So digital signage can really help, provide the right context to the people that need it quickly, because their hands might be, they might have it been full, right? They might not be right near the piece of equipment where you have the panel. They're not going to get out their phone or whatever. So a quick look up to a big TV can really help with that. And some of the big successful companies have heads-up displays like literally everywhere, where they're showing various KPIs, whether it's OE downtime or whether it's other KPIs that they care about, that the operators know, okay, that I can act on. So it's really about making it actionable and getting them motivated to understand what's happening quickly.
Right. Yeah, I was talking to another guy that we had kind of an in-depth conversation about lean, and I can't remember the time frames or the distance, but it was something like somebody that doesn't know anything about your operation should be able to look at the operation and in 2 seconds from 20 feet away or something like that, know exactly what the status thing, is it good or is it bad, right? And I've also heard companies talk, like you were talking about, sort of that gamification aspect of it, where it actually lends itself to a better work culture and to more motivated employees, because they feel like what they're doing is being recognized. And, if they do a good job, they want people to notice it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that does come down to culture too, in terms of just why we put these things in place, why it's important for you, how you can benefit from this, recognizing when people do do a great job, and kind of showing, hey, this team achieved this OE, for this shift, congratulations type of thing. I think that culture goes a long way. And also recognition. So I think the most important thing is the recognition that operators don't want to do a bad job, right? They're not like, and often they're the ones that are the scapegoat for everything. When something goes wrong, it's pinned on the operator. Well, they didn't do their job right. Well, when you really look at it, typically when you audit those situations, it's that the systems weren't there to help them do their job right. And so we've got to help them do their job. And in turn, you're going to get better results, right? If you can change that culture, it really, I think, is very impactful. I'm all about, I came from integration background myself. I'm all about operator first, like making sure the systems are designed for the way they need it, right? It's not designed for the person that's at their desk. It's they get to see some information, but the people that need to run this every day need to have the right tools in front of them.